I see you're still working towards affiliate. My dream for you would be for you to get affiliate like right after the tournament.
Yes, yes, that would be great, but I think I have to stream a little bit more.
Ah, yep, yep. Okay. Well, I would imagine we at least get you the followers you need
Yes.
from that. So we can hope. All right. And Magic 3MU, thank you for the follow, even though that was 5 hours ago. I wasn't online. I don't know how that happens. But in case you're here now at the beginning, I'm glad you're following. I hope that lets you know when we're online. Today we have a one on one lesson. If you look at the poster in front of you, BetimIbra is the second one on the top row from the left. And we're having a one on one lesson with him. I think you are the highest rated player in the tournament.
Oh,
You're going to have to live up to that. That's going to be tough. A
yes. There are a lot of expectations.
lot of expectations. Yes, yes. So we're gonna have to get you a good mic at some point.
Uh, you know, uh, I already have my mic here.
Is it set
I
up?
can I can show it. I can show it, but it's not set up. There
Oh,
is something missing.
okay.
Uh, I need how do you call it?
Hey, Teal, welcome. You're the first one. We should give out prizes for the first person to chat every time. First time somebody chats, we should give them a prize. All right, Betim Ibra, we're going to first show our movie trailer video. I like to always start off with that. And Teal says, "Yeah,
Yes.
okay, yeah, give me a prize for being first. He'll take it." So here's our
In a
trailer.
world where only 8 kingdoms remain, a battle was forged to decide who would rule them all. Asap Lina, Dave Brenshaw, the Chill Comet, Bolt, Killy Valentine, BetimIbra, Ella Glio, and Hannah Witter, with the commentary of Tiberian 64 and Sudaku's Chess. Who will win? Who will shed a tear or two? Watch the MayHam Chess Tournament starting this May 3rd at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Who will bring home the bacon? Or the ham? Well, you know what I mean. Time to castle. No! Mouse slip!
Two apples. Did you notice? That was a mouse slip. That had to be a mouse slip.
You're right, Tiberian. That was a mouse slip. What a game changer!
I love that video.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Ah. So I noticed on yours it says Spark O something on your on your Zoom
Yes,
call.
yeah, yeah. I'm having a little bit of issues with my Canon camera, and
Okay,
I had to use a middle software.
interesting. And can you
Yeah,
change your name using that or not? Do you know?
um, it's a trial version. The Sparkle Cam, so
Okay,
I have to buy it or I have to find another solution. But
okay.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, if I did that every time, Teal, I think I'd run out of money soon. Teal suggested that maybe I gift a sub for the first chatter each stream. I stream like 5 days a week. I'd be
Well,
I'd be broke. Hey Ratchet, welcome. We are going to be going over Endgames with Betim Ibra, and then we'll see if he could play some games. But I remember last time we gave you some lessons and some items, but we talked about that this time we were going to spend time on Endgames, and I think you said that would be a good idea. Correct?
yes,
All right. So we are in a study for Endgames. So Betim Ibra, Betim, if you join me. So I'm going to show you this. We're probably not going to use this. What we do here Hey, congrats, Ratchet. So what we do here is I usually do this for beginners where I'm teaching them how pawns move. So I teach en
Okay.
passant, we teach captures and locking up pawns. And I usually actually in real life, in person, I remove the kings and we chess
Okay.
play with pawns. And the first one to get a pawn to the other side wins. There's no checkmate because there's no king on the board.
Okay.
And then once they get that, then we do this next thing. And this next thing is where we do with kings and pawns, and you have to actually win the game.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yes.
All right, let's play a quick game. You want to be white or black?
It's either way. I mean,
Okay, go ahead. You
yeah.
be white, I'll be black.
I'm gonna start with D4.
All right. Ta-dum.
Yeah. Oh, I think I see the suggestions. Should I turn it off?
Yeah, you should definitely turn off the suggestions.
Yeah.
Turn off the computer altogether.
Yes.
Disable the computer. Yes. Yes, because we're in the study mode. So, and I even hide moves. But yeah, you definitely. Yeah.
Oh,
What are you
yeah.
doing? Yeah, no computer help.
Yes. Sorry. I just
Hey,
saw the
wow,
arrow.
Ida Loveland, thank you for the raid. Outstanding. I really appreciate it. Woohoo! Rating. Thank you very much. I will have to tell you guys, since you're rating, we just started. So, like, you're perfect timing for you to find out what's going on and be involved. We have a big tournament coming up. It is called the MayHam Tournament. I will put something in the chat on that. And this BetimIbra is from Austria, and he is one of our 8 combatants in the tournament. The chess tournament going on May 3rd through 6th, and I'm giving him a one-on-one lesson preparing him for the tournament. So the bad news is I don't watch chat as much while I'm doing a one-on-one, but I'll try to peek over. Welcome all of you. I hope you can learn from this also. I don't know, Betim. I got the question from one of the new viewers on a raid that said, "Is your name Turkish?"
No, it's not Turkish. It's Albanian.
Albanian, not Turkish.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So right now we're working on Endgames because that was one area that I identified the last lesson. Every one of our combatants is gifted 2 lessons from 2 different hosts, so they get 4 lessons. And so this is lesson number 2 for Betim from me, and we're focusing on Endgames. All right. So I gotta.
I I think it's my turn to move
It
if
is
you're
your
ready.
turn.
Okay. Let's go here, maybe.
All right, looking good. So yeah, this is a tool I use where we use just kings and pawns to help beginners, and I mean really beginners. Betim is not that much of a beginner, but I'm sharing it with him and with all of you. So if you're ever teaching someone like a loved one, a child or whatever, and you're trying to teach them how to play chess, you can use this kind of technique where you do all pawns and kings, and they learn about endgames organically by playing through one. And I do have some puzzles that we're going to do also, but we're starting with this. We are starting with this. And anyone can win these. These are just fun opportunities to try some things out. And so we're going to try some things out and see what happens. Oh, yes. Oh, you do it from Elda. And you got to tell me, how do you refer to the great streamer that was so nice of them to raid? Eldavlund? Eldavlund. Yeah, mine do it too. I get a lot of they just talk to each other. They just end
Well,
up talking to each other. So no worries. I'm used to it. There is no pre-moves in I'm just finding that out. There are no pre-moves in
Oh,
this tool in analysis. Well, in a study.
I was trying to copy you, but now I think
You're going to copy my moves? That's a dangerous
yeah,
technique.
yeah. In the beginning, I was trying to copy the moves, but
Gotcha.
now I don't know.
I don't either. Hey, El Devlin, thank you for the follow. That's so kind of you. I'm going to have to check out your stream. I take it that you stream chess? Are you a chess streamer? I'm going to guess because you rated a chess streamer. So I'm going to guess you're a chess. I'm going to have to look you up. I'm going to definitely look you up. Hey, Chess Wizard, welcome. We're working on Endgames, Chess Wizard. This might look very familiar because I know that you've been in my class. So this should be very familiar to you. We are doing one of our tools that we use in our studies for teaching endgames. Ah, awesome. Hey, King, how you doing? That's great. Love to have other streamers of any kind, but variety streamers, awesome. I know I can't see going behind you on this one. All right, so far I'm up a pawn, Betim, and I figure I need
Yes.
to, that's a great advantage for me, and I just have to be smart and play this out right now. I'm thinking it through. I'm thinking that kind of stops all your pawn moves. Oh, well, you're perfect for us because that's all I do is like to teach chess moves. I mean, chess. I teach chess. That's all I do. So you are just learning, but that's all I do is teach chess. So we would make a good pair.
Yeah, I think I'm lost here.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
So, but you see how this helps you start looking at pawns and kings differently, right? Because that's all there is.
Yeah.
So this is, and I know you could do this in Elite Chess. I'm sure you could do something like it in chess.com. I just don't know how. But you just set up a study like we did, and you could play this game out as white as black. You could play multiple times, and you could just really get used to it. Now let's talk about what's going on behind the scenes to make this easier for you to understand. So again, make sure that your computer analysis is turned off,
Yes.
and tell me who you think. First of all, what do you think the outcome would be of this game?
I think white should win,
Okay.
but
Black has no chance to win, right?
yes.
Yeah, black has absolutely no chance to win. White could win, should win. Let's see. I'll let you be white. I'll flip the board for me. You can keep the board with white at the bottom for you. Got to drink water, guys. Got to stay hydrated. I'm trying to lose weight, get in shape. Oh, man, life is tough. COVID life is tough. All right, so you get to be white.
Are you doing sport?
I do like playing sports. I just ran a 5K with my 15-year-old yesterday. I didn't really run it. We walked, ran. But I love sports. Tennis. I used to play basketball, but my knees are shot, so I can't play basketball anymore. You know what else I found out playing basketball is that I had a bad attitude. I got very angry and I was too intense.
Lose,
Yeah, too competitive. So I backed off of basketball, even though I've been playing it my whole life. And now I'm kind of focused on tennis. I love tennis. I can play singles, I can play doubles. Tennis is great, great game. But
I,
with COVID,
I'm also a runner. I run at marathons. I'm a triathlonist also.
a triathlete.
Yes.
Awesome. I will tell you the truth because I always try to. I don't think I ever lie if I can help it. Life sometimes you have to. But my normal thought process is, I only run if someone's chasing me.
Okay.
I hate running, but it was for a good fundraising cause, and that's why I said we were going to walk it. I ended up walking, run a couple of blocks and then walk. It was a 5 kilometer, so it
Yeah.
was fun. It was something different to do with my daughter, and so it was nice, and it was nice weather. Wore masks the whole way, but
Yeah.
yeah, I
5K
miss
fun.
playing more sports, huh?
5K is really fun. I mean, you don't get to sweat a lot, and it's not getting on your any pain on your knees or anything.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't hurt my knees, and I didn't even shower when I came home because I hadn't sweated really. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
raining the whole time too, though. It was raining here.
Oh.
All right, Betim, let's see what you got.
Okay.
Let's see if you know how to win this one.
Uh,
Hey,
let's
I
try.
Davlund, you just need to spend time with us. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you. Just come on visit. Spend time with us. We are here to help.
Okay. I don't think I'm making any progress.
I agree. You're not making any progress. Can you guys
Yeah.
hear Betim? I have a little trouble hearing him. I want to make sure you could hear him. Of course, you can always watch his stream also if you want, but I'm just making sure people can hear him. And please, please, if you get a chance, if you like what you see, Betim will be one of our competitors in the tournament. Please go out and give him a follow and follow him. I should do my things the correct way. Um, I have Nightbot that I just can't remember how to use correctly. If you look at the MayHam tournament list I gave you, there is predictions. You could go out and predict the finish, the winner of the prediction. It's just like predicting the brackets. Okay, I will try to repeat what he says. He's having trouble with his mic right now. But if you predict the tournament correctly, if you get the bracket exactly right and you're the only one, you win. If there's more than one that gets the best answer, then we will do a drawing. And the winner, a viewer, not the competitor, the viewer gets 6 months free tier 1 subscription to the chess streamer of their choice. So all of you guys that came over with Ida Lund, if you just go out and throw in your guess at how this will end, is the last link in that, you can go ahead and win 6 months tier subscription. We will give it to you for your chess stream of your choice. It could be for Ida Lund. I'm very happy that it would be there. So you giving up on this one, Betim?
I think if I push my pawn, I mean it's gonna be the same, isn't it?
You are correct. This is going to end up being a draw.
Yes.
This will end up being a draw.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know the magic position?
Yes. Yes. Please.
All right, so let's go over the magic position. So let's go back and let's go. I'm going to flip the board. I'll play white. And one of the ways I try to teach chess, which has never worked, by the way, I will confess, I teach children. I teach homeschool students near where I live in Michigan. And I've tried teaching with this one technique, and it's never worked, Betim. Never worked. And what the idea was, instead of me telling you the answer, I'm going to demonstrate the right way to do something.
Okay.
And I would do it like 3 or 4 times in a row. And I would hope that my kids would look at it and go, I know what he just did. It's kind of like playing soccer. Do you play any soccer?
Yes.
Football?
Yes. 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 Yes.
All right.
Actually, I walk on crutches for 2 months right now because I sprained my ankle.
Ouch, crutches for 2 months due to from playing
Yeah.
from football. We call it soccer.
Yes.
You probably call it football. So imagine if some footballer came up to you and did some move and got around you. And you said,
Mhm.
wow, what was that? Okay. And the next time he ran up and got around you with the same move. Besides you figuring out how to stop that move, you might also steal that move. Right? You might also look at it and say, I think I can figure out how to do that. And you would steal that move is the hope, right? That you would learn from it, not only from seeing them do it, but you would want to be able to steal the move from them.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
I'm hoping that my students, if I keep doing a chess move against them, like, Scholar's Mate or Fool's Mate or something, that they, one, would learn how to stop it, but also they would use it against their opponents. So
Yes,
I'm going to
I
see if
get
it'll
it.
work. Now that's with kids. I'm going to try it with you. So I'm going to show you the right way to win this game. And I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. And then we'll
Okay.
play it again with you with white and see if you can do it.
Okay.
Because I keep thinking it's a great way to teach, because then it would stick in your mind better, because you'd have figured it out by watching it happen to you. But it just hasn't worked yet with kids. So I'm curious if it'll work with adults.
Yeah. Absolutely. Learning by doing.
Is that bad, King? Sorry. Learning by doing. All right, so it's your move, Betim. I'm white, you're black.
Okay. Uh,
Now, before we go any further, I will tell you right now, this is called what I call, I think others do too, this is the magic position. White
okay.
wins no matter whose move it is.
Okay. I think I didn't do it as you did before because I don't have the opposition, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay, but this is called the magic position. Right now it's black to move, white's going to win.
Yeah. I
Okay,
mean, either way, I have to step away and yeah.
pawn goes down, right?
Hmm.
Just for those that
Yeah.
want to see it actually finished, go ahead. And we'll back up a few moves. And queen. Now,
Yeah.
I know Betim knows how to checkmate with a queen and king against a king. I know you
Yes.
know how to do that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's back up a few moves. And let's say we're in this position, and I'm going to do this. I want to get back here. I want it to be, that was black to move, right? Yeah,
Yes.
that was
Now
black to
it's black.
move. Okay, so I want it to be, whoops, I want it to be white to move. I'm still not there. Okay, let's see if I'm trying to get it to be white to move someday today. Here we go. All right, so this is white to move. White still wins. All right, so it's black. Now black
Okay.
can move. Black should stay in front of the king. And we go here without check. If we go here without check, white wins. Because now black has to run.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, but if black had went there with check, black would move here, and then white has to go here, and it's stalemate.
Okay. Yeah.
So this does not matter at this position. It could be white to move or black to move. It's the magic position. This is winning. Forced win for white. Gets the queen, the pawn, either way.
Hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
I get it. Yeah.
All right, now you have white. I'm not going to tell you the rules. I'll tell you the rules after you do it a couple of quick times. So white to move. All right. I'm going to put a little bit of soft music on in the background. Great question, King. I'm going to show you. King said, "How can you win if you go to King to F8 taking the opposition?" And I will show you. But right now, I'm trying to let Betim figure it out. See if this process will like forever indel it in his mind. Because I've tried it where I tell people the rules and then they forget it a week later, and I'm like, I get so frustrated. I'm hoping this will like sink it in. He'll never forget this. We'll see. We'll see. He's helping me learn about teaching. I'm not sure, but that might be 3 times in the same. That definitely is 3 times in this position.
Yeah, it's 3 times.
All right. So just so you know, I want to show you something. Just so you know, this is a draw.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to give a check.
Right. And this is a draw no matter who's to move, right? This is a draw. All right. One more time. I'll do white. Like you said, you didn't do it the same way I did. So we'll see if you can get it. And King, you'll see. Okay, so let's back up one. There's a thing called the opposition. The opposition is when you create an odd number of squares between the 2 kings. Direct opposition is when it's in a straight vertical line. Indirect opposition is when it's diagonal or to the side.
Okay.
And it's the player that makes the odd number is said to have the opposition.
Okay.
All right. Opposition is important because whoever takes the opposition forces the other king to move aside. So opposition is seen in many, many endgames, not just one with only one pawn. It's very important to understand the concept of opposition. So what I was doing to you was this. And so I want to see if you could remember, because I did it to you both times, but you didn't, right? You didn't remember. And count them, yeah. So that's an odd number, right?
I forget just to count that.
Yep, no problem. Okay, so I created opposition. Go ahead. I mean, you created opposition now. So you could still take the, no, you got to take the opposition.
Sorry, I should have gone.
Very good. Now there's 3 squares in between. Keep watching, King.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Now you've taken the direct opposition, right? Which you didn't even do the first game when I had white and I beat you easily.
Yeah.
Now you've taken the direct opposition. This is also immediate opposition because there's only 1 square in between us. Now watch me win.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, King. Yes. And we're going to make sure that he sees it. So now I'm going to do this. So Betim, I could have went to the side, but I'm not even going to go to the side yet. Because if I was a beginner and I'm not sure, I want to get to look. What is this called? The magic position. Right? Remember, I just got to the magic position, and so then I don't even have to worry if I'm doing it right. As long as I get to that magic position. All right?
Yeah.
All right, let's try one more time. I actually broke my rule, and I told you some things, but not everything. So I'm going to see how you do.
Okay. Should I play with white?
Yes, you're white now. Maybe the last time. Very good.
What should I go here?
Yep. Correct. I'm just talking to one of my chatters.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a draw now.
Yeah, stalemate. Okay, so you made the mistake right here.
Yeah, I have.
So I played here, you played here, which is correct. I played here, you played there, no problem. I played here, and what did you do? You pushed the pawn.
Yeah, I think.
So what's
I
the
think that's
magic
a mistake.
position?
Yeah, I had to bring my piece in
Yes.
front.
All you had to do is put your king in front. You had a draw. I mean, you had a win. Now, so the concept is opposition, because right now you took the opposition. I have to slide to one side or the other, and then you can flank me to whatever side I don't go to. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the way that you won the game, though, was because you used the pawn move to get the opposition. So let's go back, way back here. All right. So you went here. No, you didn't. You went here. And I went here taking the far distant opposition. Direct but distant opposition. It's a little trick, right? Because I'm trying to gain the opposition. I didn't go towards you. Now I have the opposition. I now have the opposition. You would have to give way, right? So you can't flank your pawn. But you throw away a move, and now it is black's turn, which means you just gained the opposition. Remember, whoever's move it is does not have the opposition. So this allowed you to gain the opposition. Now, black's job is to stay in front of the pawn or take the direct opposition whenever he can. So if you go, let's say, oh, it's black's turn though, unfortunately. So let's back up. So right now, black has to take the opposition. And let's say you went here. So I can stay in front of the pawn, but I can take the direct opposition. So I would take the direct opposition, and now this is a draw. This is already a draw because you can't get your king in front of your pawn anymore, see? You can't get your king in front of your pawn. Even if you throw away a move, my king is in front of the pawn and your king can't get there. So my job from now on is to just stay in front of the pawn, or I can't take the direct opposition, right? Because it's check. So I stay in front of the pawn. And then I take the direct opposition to keep your king out. If I stayed in front of the pawn by backing up, you'd win. Getting it?
I get it. Yes. Yeah.
Good job. Good job. All right. How about this one? What's the outcome of this game? And let's say it's white to move. We'll just make it white to move to make it simple on you.
Yeah, I think we should be a draw.
Why?
Because it's on the H file. I mean, it looks like a draw, but I'm not sure.
All right. Well, let's play it out a little bit. How's that?
Okay.
We'll use the same technique, right, that we did. Same technique. Throw away the move, pass the move to the side, but then what? Can I make progress?
You can push the pawn, but
Yeah, but we already know if I get the pawn in front, it's a draw, right?
yeah.
Absolutely correct. So even if you backed up though, let's say if you just played very passive and let me get all the way over here, and you're like, aha, look, I got the magic position. The magic position does not work on the rook file.
Yeah.
And the reason is we're in the magic position. It's black to move, white to move, black to move. Push the pawn, you're going to push with check. And we already know that's a draw. Right? Stalemate.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
And even if it were white to move, all white can do is go here and can never get you. Let's say the pawn, make believe the pawn's there. White to move, you go here, you can't sidestep me, right? Because the idea was that, oh, now white, if black had to move first, so now black has to move, you would normally flank, but you'd have to go off the board to the right. You see my chess cat? You'd have to go to where my chess cat is. You'd have to go off the board to the right, and you can't. There's no board. You ran out of board.
Yeah.
So this is always a draw. Very good. Very good. That's going to always be a draw. Check this one. Tell me what's the outcome. White to move.
Yeah. I think white is gonna win.
Why?
He might be faster. He might be faster on the corner.
So what does white have to do to win? White has to get the king there faster or the pawn there faster, right?
I think the king should be
Okay.
there.
So you're counting. You said 1, 2, 3, 4. Has to get here. 5 moves, right?
Yeah, 5 moves.
1, 2, 3, 4 moves.
Okay.
Let's try it with the pawn. Doesn't make it, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make it.
All right, and let's try it with the king. Doesn't make it. It's a draw.
Yeah.
Okay. You know the rule of the box? Of the square?
No.
Okay. So let's say I move the pawn here. If you take...
Can you excuse me 5 minutes?
Sure. 5 minutes? Okay, go.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, guys. We'll take a 5-minute break. Well, Betim will take a 5-minute break. I'm going to show you the video real quick, and then we'll go over this rule. But let me show you the rule of the square. I'm going to show it to Betim in a second. So it's 4 squares that way, 4 squares this way. Make a box. So white just stepped into this box, into this square. If black can step into the square anywhere, anywhere, even here, 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 here. If black can step into any one of these squares, any one of these squares in this box, if black can step into it, black catches the pawn. So you don't have to count. You don't have to go 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Will he make it? Black's move, sorry. But you don't have to count 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. He makes it. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is draw a square. So that's the square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's black's move. Black can catch the pawn. Now, black has to do that, though. So black had a pawn here, and he pushed his pawn. Now you can't catch the pawn anymore. The pawn's going to go here, and you're not able to step into this new box. Right? This would be the new box. So if you can't step into the box because you're too far away, black will lose. Pretty cool. Easy way. You don't have to actually count. Makes life a lot easier not having to count. All right, so that's what we're going to be going over. We'll be doing that. Oh, I want to show the video. Love showing the video. But also, guys, just so if you didn't know, here's all the 8 players. 8 players. You can click on that link and vote for which order you think they'll end in. You could do that once a day. Between now and May 3rd, you're going to be able to do that once a day. Once the tournament starts, I'm going to close the bracketology, right? Once it starts, the brackets are closed. We'll be releasing the first round pairings very shortly. But if you go out there and vote, you could do it once a day. Once every day, feel free to do that. All right, let me show the video real quick.
In a world where only 8 kingdoms remain, a battle was forged to decide who would rule them all. Asap Lina, Dave Brenshaw, The Chill Comet, Bolt, Keely Valentine, BetimIbra, Ella Glio, and Hannah Witter, with the commentary of Tiberian 64 and Sudaku's Chess. Who will win? Who will shed a tear or two? Watch the MayHam Chess Tournament starting this May 3rd at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Who will bring home the bacon? Or the ham? Well, you know what I mean. Time to castle.
I think this looks a little bit like BetimIbra.
No! Mouse slip!
Two apples. Did you notice? That was a mouse slip. That had to be a mouse slip.
You're right, Tiberian. That was a mouse slip. What a game changer!
I love it. I tell you, I love it. I love it. I love it. Can't get enough of it. That's just fun to me. All right, guys, I'm going to run and do a couple of puzzles while we wait for, and I started doing Puzzle Streak in Lichess. So Lichess's Puzzle Streak is like the Puzzle Rush, and it's like the survival mode, but you only get one error and you're done. If you mess up one time, you're done. So I can check my record on chess.com. You guys have convinced me. Now I have a membership in chess.com. You can friend me there if you want. It's Tiberian64. But I'm also in Lichess, of course. Chess Tiberian. Feel free to hit me up there. Glad to have you visit. So this one is it's a you get one shot, and if you mess up, game over. The puzzle is over. So I got my high so far for this one was 65. So I'm kind of excited. I got 65. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep that record for however long, but I got 65. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You get to skip one move, and unfortunately, I didn't know what that meant. So on my 66th puzzle was the first time I tried it because it said skip down there on the right, and I tried it. I hit skip, and it skipped only the first move of the puzzle. It didn't skip the whole puzzle, and I was like, oh great, because that was the move it skipped was the move I would have guessed, and so I was still lost, and I missed it. And it wasn't hard. Every time you look at the answer, you're like, oh my gosh, that. I should have seen it. I should have seen it, but I didn't see it. So, King, that's a great point, right? They both have analysis. They both have engines. You guys know when I teach, I refrain from using engines anyway. I prefer to teach and learn by looking at it myself. No, 65, Flavio. I didn't get the 66. 66 is when I failed. So I got 65 correct. Yeah, so the analysis engine, I can't argue with you because I don't know. I didn't spend nearly enough time with the engines to know if it's which one is better and all of that. But I will tell you that I don't use the engine when I analyze a game with a student. I prefer to work directly um, as we go, learning, looking at the board myself, and working through because we're not working on specific moves. While theory moves could be a mistake, but I hear you. In the most part, it's books, so it's probably preferred. So I can't argue with that either. But I will, like I said, I prefer to look at it in concepts and principles because that's how we play. So rather than look and say, "Oh, the computer says I should have played this move," and you go, oh, "I'll never play that move." I don't know how many times that was the kicker for me. The first time I heard like an Levi Rosman or even a Hikaru Nakamura look at the engine, and the engine says "boom move," and Hikaru goes, "That's not a move That's not a move a human would ever make. That's not a move I would make. No grandmaster I know would make that move." I'm like, why am I looking at those
Okay,
moves? What does that do for me? Right? I wanna know the moves that I would make. Hey, he's back.
Marcus, I'm back. I'm sorry for letting you down.
Absolutely no problem.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and there is my crutch also.
Yeah, that's right. Because you twisted your ankle playing football.
Yeah,
Football.
yeah.
All right. So let's get back to the lesson.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I do have some records to beat, Flavio. Yeah, I'm not that good of a player right now. I got to get better myself. I got to decide if I'm going to teach or play or try to do both. And it's hard because you need to focus a lot on becoming a better player. And it takes a lot of energy and time to teach. But anyway, so I was talking about the rule of the square. So I'm going to show it to you real quick. So if I count that there's 4 squares here, 4 squares here, and then I draw a box, okay? You just draw a square. The key is that if it's black to move, black has to be able to step inside of this box. So black needs to be able to play here, 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 even here, 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 or any square within, even closer, right? Any square in here. But black has to be able to step inside of this box to catch the pawn. Where does that come in handy? Let's say I have a pawn here for black. And black says, oh, I'll count. Yeah, I think I can catch it. Then he pushes his pawn. He's not going to catch this pawn anymore because he didn't step inside the box. So now if you look at this box, it's only 3 wide. And now black cannot step inside the box. So he cannot catch the pawn. So I see many times everyone, beginners, they sit here and they count and they go, can I make it or can't I? You don't have to count. Draw the box. See if you can get there. All you have to do is be able to step inside the box. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the rule of the square or the rule of the box. That's how you can tell. All right.
I've never heard of this.
Say again?
I've never heard of it. I mean,
oh, okay.
Rule of the box. Yeah.
All right, so let's see now. We did the king pawns. We did this one. This one was important. We did this one, the magic position, but the rook pawn. Here we go. Let's find another one. I know I have some other ones. I don't want to do that one yet with you. Okay, let's do this one because there's still chess pawns, and then we're going to add a piece. But I want you to check out this one. White to move. What's the outcome? Remember, white's going this way. Black's going this way. That hopefully helps you out.
Yes, yeah.
Hey, Hawkums, how you doing? Thank you for the follow the other day. Oh, crispy, not crusty positions. I like it.
Okay, I think white should win this one. If you push the F pawn, there it is.
So go ahead, you make the move if you think you have it.
Okay.
Yes, King. It's only easy though if you've seen it. It's only easy if you know the answer. So this does not work.
Okay.
And let me remember why, because I think there's like 3 ways I can make it not work. So we could start with this way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And now it's white to move.
Mm-hmm.
You only have one legal move.
Yeah.
And I take the opposition every time. Because I have the opposition, guess who has to give way?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep, King. Yeah, that's why. That's why we do these, because it's worth knowing and remembering. Because this situation happens more often than you think. Well, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it happens exactly as often as you think. So do you see you're going to lose this one?
Yes, yeah.
All right. I mean, I can go here right now and give you back the opposition.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't matter because I'm going to eat both your pawns.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm sure you know that I can even go, I can run away, right? My king can go all the way over here and stand over here and watch. You can't stop these 2 pawns, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, you know that.
If you
Okay.
if you take the F pawn, the other one is gonna
Very
go
good.
move.
That's right. If you take the backside pawn, this one runs away. You can't catch him. All right. So that's not the answer. Any other ideas? What rating-ish? BetimIbra. I don't remember what his rating is, but in chess.com, he has to be under 1,200. I think you're like 1,000 or 1,100.
Yeah, I think I'm 11,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's our highest rated player in the tournament, and but this is a lesson, in my opinion, for anyone who doesn't know the end game. I've seen 1,800 lead chess players, 1,800 lead chess players not know how to win a basic end game with just kings and pawns. Oh, is it? Excellent, Flavio. So what do you think? That's him. So that move was not it. Any other ideas?
Should I maybe try and move my king here? I don't know.
You could try it.
Take the opposition. Yeah.
Flavio, you so remember I have the opposition, and I don't have to give it back. So Flavio, I seriously appreciate you, and thank you so much for appreciating what we do. Now I'm probably not making the best moves either, Betim.
Yeah, if I push the pawn.
Yep, that's what you should have done before. So I'm probably not even making the best moves because I could have stopped you. But go ahead. I want you to find it. So let's see. You want to try that one? All right.
Oh, it's losing
Yes.
again.
All right. You ready for me to be white? And we'll try the process where I just do it and you learn it because I do it?
Okay.
All right. You're black.
Let me place the board. Oh yeah. Yeah, so no matter what I take, you're gonna promote it.
You like it?
Yeah, That's really nice move. Yeah.
Very nice. All right, now what if it's black to move? So let's say white moves here. Now, what does black do?
Um,
We know
I
white
think
made a
it's-
mistake because he had a
yeah.
win. Nope. I told you I did that. I was wrong. I just did that to see if you give you as many chances as you could. Yes, a queen is born, Hawkins. But what should black do?
Yeah, I guess you should move this
Very good.
pawn here.
Very good. And it doesn't really matter what we... I can't do this because you would just take my pawn, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you do now?
I think I should take this move. Yeah.
All right. Now, if I'm white and I want to have a chance to draw this, what do you think I should do? If I'm white and I want to have a chance to draw this, what should I do?
Well, first of all, you have to maybe take the pawn,
Right.
g6 pawn, and
What happens
then,
if I push it?
well, then I'm gonna be first, probably here.
Oh, nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Wrong diagonal. King is
Wrong
going to go this way.
Okay.
Right? The king's going to keep taking
Yes.
the opposition until he gets close, and then he's going to go eat your pawn.
Mm-hmm.
If you push this pawn, the king will get the opposition next move and go eat this pawn, eat that pawn, and we have two connected pawns. It's an easy win.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know because you look like you don't, so I can't. I'm trying to read your body language.
Yeah.
If he pushes here, this is the best you can do, right?
Mm-hmm. Just like we played without him in the beginning.
Right. And now I eat both pawns, and I have connected pawns, I win. But if instead you take, what happens if he does this?
Yeah, I'm gonna promote first.
Well, you could also just take en passant.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, this pawn doesn't have en passant, but this one still does. So yeah, now he takes. Now we go back to the game, right? So now it's white to move. Now it's white to move.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do now, right? Because we're trying to get there. Where do you think black should go? Because I can't go here now, right? See, the pawn, the king is keeping me out.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we do now? We just went here. Play white from here. What do you think you should do as white? See if you could put the two lessons together. Hey, Joe. Hey, Hamza. Thanks for joining us.
So if I go here, I mean,
Am I titled? No. So titled, there's different titles. So you have National Master, you have Expert, and that's actually, I'm an expert in quick chess over the board. Or the next one I believe is Candidate Master in FIDE, but in the US you have National Master. Neither one of those requires norms. I actually think of titles mostly as being like International Master where you need norms, and no, I'm not. Okay, so where were we? Okay, so why would this be a mistake? Where do you go now?
I mean, I can go here or...
Oh, yeah, which probably would be fine, right?
Yeah. But I'm not sure if that's
Yeah.
right.
No, we have a draw here, my friend.
Yeah.
Because my king is getting back in time. Even if you would have to take this pawn. And if you take this pawn, then granted, my king wouldn't be able to, this would be the magic position. So I got to keep you from taking my pawn. You can never hit these two squares, and my king is keeping you out of this square.
Mm-hmm.
So white wanted a draw, and white should have a draw, right? But does he? Let's see what happens. I'll take the opposition, remember?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now it's getting tricky. If I go here to attack, you could protect, but that's the only place you could protect. You don't have to protect, by the way, but that's the only square you could go to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and now I take the opposition and you have to give way.
Yeah.
Now I go here. And what do we have?
We have the opposition.
You have the opposition, so this should be a draw. Notice I don't have a square to win back the opposition. I have no space between the pawn and my king. So when you got to the point where it was just 2 pawns, not if you had 2 black pawns, you would lose this game. Because I would take this one and then take this one. Hey, thanks, Hams. Thanks for the follow. So instead, you only had 1 pawn because you were wisely traded it. And now that you only have 1 pawn, you didn't even have to, all you had to do is when I took that pawn, you needed to be in any one of these squares. When I took that pawn, you need to be in any one of those squares so that you could then move here. Because now you've taken the opposition. You with me? If you were in the square when I took that pawn, you'd lose.
I have to step aside, yeah.
Yep. So let's just say for argument's sake, I don't want to do it, but let's say I go here, you go here, I go here, and you make the mistake of going here, and now I have the opposition, white loses. Remember I told you the opposition is extremely important. White loses because black has the opposition.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, Hamza, what timing? What timing? All right. So you get this?
Yes.
All right, so the key to this one, though, is both players, the correct answer, whoever it is to move, is G6. White to win, black to draw. And black actually will have winning chances if he's in this true exact situation.
Yeah.
All right, makes sense?
Yes.
All righty. All right, let's move on to another endgame study that I've done. All right, I've got arrows all over the place. So it's white to move, right? We keep doing white to move. And we have 3 pawns versus 4. They're all connected. So they're pretty solid. Pawns by nature want to have company with other pawns, but they also want to be passed. Pawns want to be passed. Pawns want to go forward. But we definitely want to have the situation, besides being a pass pawn, is we want fewer what we call pawn islands. So if this pawn were here, or a pawn were here, here, and over here, versus these three would dominate these 2, because these 2 would be isolated and not be able to help out against these 3, against these 2. All right?
Yeah.
All right, so how would you play this as white?
I think I should try and make a...
Okay, go for it. Because remember, we did the pawns and the kings, and you got into a little bit of trouble, but not much.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I should take or not.
Well, we have learned that if you can keep 2 connected pawns, and you're the one with the advantage, you should win. So the way you think about this situation right now The way it is right now, you should be able to figure out that, hey, I'm going to be able to get your king down here, and my king will be here, and the pawn will be here. So I won't have a magic position to win, but I should be able to throw away my pawn and go over and eat your pawns. So you want two, because look what happens. Now let's say you have to throw away this pawn, right? So let's run through a scenario. Now you don't want to go here because what would happen?
Stalemate.
Right, stalemate. So you go after the pawn. And now guess what? Is this a draw?
Yeah, I think it's a draw.
Very good. How about, is this a draw? And if I can get to this corner, it's a draw, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show you a little fun. How about I let you get to that corner? Is it a draw?
No, now it's win for me.
It's a draw. But go ahead and play it out.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Uh,
It's still a draw, but go ahead and show me.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I would not be able to get my king out. Yeah, I can't get my king out. Yeah.
Right?
Stalemate.
Pretty cool. So yeah, so we're learning, right? You can even trap the king ahead of the pawn. Rook pawns are extremely hard to queen. Extremely hard to queen a rook pawn. Now, that said, so when we're back here, and if I mistakenly let you get this situation, then we do the same story, right? Well, actually, sorry. Want to come down. And you can start taking these right away. You don't even have to. Right? You don't even have to say the check and then take them, but that works too, right? This might be quicker in the sense that now you don't have to even think. You just move your king out of the way and the pawns do all the work. Okay. So back here though, when we were running, you go here. I don't need to go here, right? Your king can't go there anyway. So my try would be this. So now let's play it out. Yeah, Flavio collects streamers, Pams. Flavio's awesome. He's like our genius for finding good streamers everywhere. So now you notice you can't come to this side.
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably have to go here.
Yeah, you could do that. That might be the play.
I see the, yeah. Not really.
Whoa, we're gonna get down to one pawn, which could be a problem.
Yeah, I have to think.
Well, that's looking pretty good for you. Yeah, so now you should be able to keep me out. There you go. You keep the opposition, you keep them out, and you should be able to queen your pawn. Very good. All righty, guys. All right, let's see what else we have. Oh, so this was with black to move, but we already went over that one, right? All right, so how about this one? White to move. What do you think? I think this one is white to move. I think, I can't tell for sure. But yeah, it looks like it's white to move.
Oh, I can go here, and if you take here, I just promote. Yeah.
Yeah, so black is going this way, you're right, and white's going that way. So go ahead. So black can't, right, and black can never take this pawn. That's the key, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is pretty simple. You just take and you take and the game is over. Because
Yeah.
black can never do it. Now, I think I asked you this question last week. What would you rather have in an endgame? A king and a bishop or a king and 3 pawns?
King and 3 pawns, because you cannot win with, you cannot checkmate with a bishop.
That's right. You cannot checkmate with a bishop alone, so you want the 3 pawns. How about a king and 2 pawns versus a king and a bishop?
King and 2 pawns, and king and king and 2 pawns.
Why the king and 2 pawns?
Because one of them is gonna be sacrificed maybe for the bishop,
Okay.
and the next one might queen.
Fair enough. Okay. How about a king and 1 pawn against a king and a bishop? Which one do you want?
The pawn and the king, because that's a potential queen.
Very good. The king and bishop cannot checkmate, so the answer is always I want a pawn over the bishop because the pawn might be able to queen. We don't know, but I know I can't win with the bishop. So we want the winning chances, right? We always want the winning chances. All right, outstanding. I think we're right on target with what we want. Let's see, not quite magical. I should move that one up. This is the not quite magical position that we went over, right? Because it doesn't really work. Let's see this endgame. Okay, let's do this one. So, I gotta move this other one way down here. These are examples. Okay, so how about here? What do you think here? I'm sorry, I'm moving stuff around on you because I'm cleaning up my, looks like all endgames. I have one tactical puzzle in here, which makes no sense to me. All right, so what's the result of this one? Uh-oh. Betim had to step away.
Sorry.
All right,
Sorry, I'm back.
So let's do this one. What's the outcome? We're on chapter 18. What's the outcome?
I think it should be a draw because the bishop is it's not gonna check. It's not giving a check. It
Correct.
cannot be checked.
This is a forced draw. White has no chance. Black just keeps moving here and here. And whenever you can't move here, he moves here. And if you can't move to either one, guess what? It'll be a draw. Well, you might be able to go here, but it won't matter. Yep. This is a draw. Opposite color bishop is a draw. How about now?
Now I think it's a win for white.
Okay. And not too hard, right? Do you want to go ahead and play it out?
Okay. Well, first I think I should give a check.
Okay.
Now go here.
Yeah, because now the pawn can go down, and the bishop and the king ushers those 2 squares, so the king can do nothing but, even if it stays back and forth, eventually with the check, he has to run away.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why this one doesn't work, right? Doesn't matter what you do. You can throw a check in. It doesn't matter what you do. That's stalemate. If you back away, he goes away. And you go, okay, I'll check you here. He goes here. Now it's threatening stalemate again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this one's a draw. All righty. Let's try, let's see, another endgame. This one we already did. Yes, we already did this one. I don't know why that one seems to be a new endgame. That's the same as the opposite color bishop one. No idea why that one's there. Let's delete that chapter. I think you're helping me fix up my endgames that I use for teaching.
You stumble upon something that is not.
Let me get the magic position again. I had that earlier. I don't know why it's all the way over there. Okay, I think I just like bunched them all together to make sure I had them all. This one we did. Oh my goodness. Result. This is a fun endgame, but not one that I just want to use here. White to move. Okay, tactics, tactics. These are just tactics. This one had an interesting endgame also, but let's go look at one of your games now. All right, I think we did enough of that. Through most of what I want to cover on endgames, at least the basics. We're going to go look at some games. And then we'll let you play a game, of course. Got to do that sooner than later because we've already spent, we spent our hour. Excellent.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent. I like it. I like it when it goes well. Okay, that's right. You don't play often on this site, but you did play one a week ago with our lesson.
Yeah, yeah.
And you lost that game.
Yeah, I made a blunder right at the end.
And you were playing black, so you played your Stafford Gambit. And yeah, I thought you had a win here. That's right, I remember this. Okay, this was a fun game, but not really great on endgame study. Because let's see, you were ahead. Weren't you ahead a lot? Yes, you were. Actually, this is very good for endgame. So like right here, right? I remember this now. This is why I said we got to do endgames. Show me how you win this endgame because you're up 2 pawns. So now that we just had our endgame lesson, play out black's moves.
Is it okay to put this my game on the new chapter? Because
yeah. In fact, let me throw. It should already be in. Let's go to your. I'm going to bet it's already there, but I'm going to throw it in there just to make sure. I'm going to put it in the BetimIbra study. No, it didn't seem to be in there. Wow, look at that. Unless it maybe is in there and I just don't realize it. All right, let's get to the end game. Sorry, it is in the study now because you're right. You couldn't try out different moves. Okay, we know there were some mistakes made here, but even here, black should win, right? Go ahead and play some black moves. Don't look at the moves that were made, of course, because they were not the right ones.
Just a moment, I'm not.
Hey, Satosh. So what would you do here as black? I'll play out white and try to put up a resistance, but I think what you just learned, you'll be able to do this easily.
Okay, just a moment. I'm not in the game. Is it the Krish 9/3/2006? Yeah.
Yep, that's who you played. You played Krish.
Okay.
And he's online watching the game, watching the lesson. But yeah, he reminded me. He says, "Yeah, he blundered in the end game."
Yeah. I mean, from what I remember now, I just had to take the opposition.
Yeah, taking the opposition would have won the game last time.
Yeah.
You didn't do it, but okay. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna make it easier. So, are you asking Flavio? Oh, good. Ask Flavio, or are you asking King? Or are you asking me about the openings? My rule of thumb is any opening is fine. I know, isn't that funny? I think any opening is fine as a beginner. If you're going to learn an opening, learn the concepts behind the opening, play the opening solid, and play by all the principles we've been teaching, and you will do outstanding. There's no opening that's going to win every game. There is no such thing. There is no opening that's going to win every game. This doesn't exist. Does not exist. I know, King. I'm sharing mine. I was sharing my opinion. I know you're giving your opinion. There's absolutely nothing wrong with your opinion. Yeah, the bomb cloud would win every game. That is a very inventive move. I like that move. Because I won't be able to catch him. But I think I beat you in the race.
Yeah. I think I'm losing the game.
Yeah. So obviously our lesson wasn't good enough. All right. So trying the lesson the way we're trying today, right? Where I play out the side and see if you could see what I do differently than you did. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Your move.
Yeah. Now it's winning. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Right? All right, so the rule I didn't tell you is that first thing is, let's say we even gave away this pawn. So let's say we only have 3 against 2. Forget the double pawn for the moment. We have 3 against 2. The potential passed pawn, which is the outside pawn in your majority. This pawn is the outside pawn. It's the potential pass pawn because there's no pawn in front of it. That one goes first. Now, I first took away the opposition just because it's easier if your king can't come over here at all.
Mhm.
Okay, so when you went down, which is what I did too, I told you I was doing it to make it easy on you, but then you ran your king and you tried to eat all my pawns and you forgot that I could eat your pawns, and then it became a race to eating pawns. But if instead you pushed this pawn, you're going to keep pushing this pawn until you can't anymore. So I could have pushed it again. Now, if you push this pawn, I'm gone. Right? I don't take.
Yeah.
I run.
Yeah.
All right. So now I've pushed it as far as I can, because if I push it again, you just take. So if you were to have come here, I could ignore you and go here. And then I could go here. And now I get to push because now I have the backup. And I still get the queen.
Mhm.
Hey, take it easy, Joe. Glad you like it. Please join us when you can. All right, so the outside pawn, the potential pass pawn, wants to go first. We want him to go first until he can't go any further. Then we bring up the rear. Now, the reason is, let's say we were to make a bad mistake and do it this way. Now, this pawn gets to hold him off. Now, let's make it a little fairer, so the king is in a good position to help out instead of where we were. So in this position, you can't push without losing a pawn.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. And so that's why in this position, let's say we were, okay, so let's get back into the, well, I'm sorry about that. Let's make it where it looks more even, okay? And if I push let's just say, I need to kill a move. Okay, let's just do that. So if I go here, right, I can't allow, that's why I can't push this point, right? I can't allow him to block me off. If I push this pawn, I'm in trouble, and he might get a draw now. While if I push the outside passer, first of all, it keeps the king out. If he pushes all the way, I would be great to run, but he's going to catch me. But I could trade it off, and I'd have 3 against 1. Or I 2 against 1. And I still want to push the outside pawn first. All right, so even if we did this and I said, you know what, you still can't take me. And now he's a passed pawn, right? Passed pawns are what we are seeking in the endgame. But to make a passed pawn, we want to take the potential passed pawn, the outside pawn. That one should move first until he can't because he's in too much danger. And then we bring up the other one to try to make a passed pawn. All right?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. All right, let's get you a game. But yeah, so this showed that even though we did the lesson, we needed more, right? You need the practical practice of finishing endgames.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I keep wondering at the end because I don't know these positions and
Yep.
pawns. Which one should I push and which one should I just leave it as it is? Yeah.
So as a teacher, you're making me feel good and bad at the same time. I feel bad that it isn't like, boom, BetimIbra will never make this mistake again. He's going to solve all the endgame puzzles there are in the world. He's now the best endgame player in the world. Because it doesn't happen like that, right? And then the good part feels like I still have a job because you'll be back in a month and go, I need more work on my endgames, Marty. I'll be like, all right, let's keep working on your endgames. By the way, there are puzzles. Okay. There are puzzles in Lichess, and there are puzzles, of course, in chess.com. And in Lichess, you can hit the puzzle themes, and I'm doing that now. You can't see me. There you go. And you can scroll down, and they have, guess what? Where is it? Endgames. I passed it already. Yeah, pawn endgame. Look at this right here. Pawn endgame. And you can have like thousands of puzzles for pawn endgames. One of the things I extremely enjoy or like about Lee Chess's puzzles is every puzzle is made from an actual game.
Yeah, yeah. Wow,
So, but here
that's
you
really
go.
great.
You could get on Lee Chess. It's free. You know it. You have an account. Go to puzzle themes and do end game puzzles. Even if you just did 5 minutes a day,
Mhm.
and even if you put the setting, you can't see it. But if you go to full screen, and I'm on the wrong screen, let me fix that. That's my activity feed, which means nothing to you guys.
Yes, I should definitely try this puzzle theme, puzzle themes with the end games.
Yes. Clone properties. I don't know what you're talking about, stupid thing. Let's change. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, puzzles. So yeah, on the full page over here, when you pick themes, you could pick a theme and change it to pawn endgame, as I have. And so all you would hit would be these endgames, pawn endgames for you to go over, study, play with, experiment with. Puzzle after puzzle after puzzle. So where would you go here? Help me with this puzzle.
Actually, I don't see your board.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, never mind. But trust me, go to puzzles, go to themes, go to pawn endgames. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get you a game. So I need a challenger. We need a challenger for BetimIbra, and his name is BetimIbra. 10 plus 5. Okay, King. King is starting to get an ego here.
I got the same board like last time.
Yeah, well, let's see if you do better with him, because you were winning. You had an easily won endgame. You would have broken King's streak. King, what rating for this? It could be any rating. I try to keep it near the player's ability, so a lower rated is better than higher rated. But King has played everyone, I think. Did you play Ace Up Lena too, King? Did you play Ace Up Lena? All right, so you can accept King if you like.
Okay.
Because then you can see if you do better than last time. Now, this time, like I said, you were the in-game win and you blew. So let's see if you do better. Hey, Hawkins. Hawkins, you need to spend more time with us, buddy. You need to spend more time with us. And you're working on a Sunday. So I don't know what your normal schedule is. We're usually on from Mondays at 8, Fridays at 8, Wednesdays at 11. This is all Eastern Standard Time. You can check my schedule down there somewhere underneath the about. Check the schedule and you'll see. All right, we got a game going. Betim, I'm on Zoom, so you can't hear me. So, and warning though, actually keeps listening. So just a warning. Okay. Yeah, that's a tough job, but thank you for being there. What you do. Hey, Satoshi, what's your rating, Satoshi? Yeah, he's played every one of the challengers for the tournament. When I gave him a lesson, he did it. So it's kind of neat because if you go back and watch those, you can decide how you think they'll finish based on how they played against King. A bar, right? A standard that we can go against and see how he did. And you can say, well, okay, this guy got close. Like BetimIbra should have beaten him. Should have beaten him. But there you go. Oh yeah, so you would have fit fine. 1500 rapid, you would have been fine. You would have been a good opponent, but I think wants to keep his record going. So far, he hasn't lost to any of them, although he should have lost one. Chris lost to one of them, one of my other players, and she was the only one to win the practice game. That's right. Your rating is the standard. So we know how they played against your rating and ability, and so far it's been very true to rating, right? The ones with the higher ratings played better against you, and the ones with the lower ratings didn't play as well. Chess Wizard also has been a very consistent opponent. Oh, let me show you the so you guys watch the clock. You might want to see the clock. Might have to fix Betim's picture so you can see him better though. Go play with his picture and see if you can make it so you can see him better. There you go. And remember to vote. Now, you can watch the video as often as you like. You can copy the video link and put it in and let people know that the tournament's going on. Share far and wide. Share far and wide. You can also vote on who you think will come in first, second, third, all the way through eighth. Best answer, the most correct. If there's only one, wins 6 months on subscription to the chess streamer of their choice. If it's a tie or one or more tie, then we will have a drawing out of those people. You're fine, Satoshi. If you're below, then just next tournament, you'll be our barometer. Yeah, but that changes all. So Hams, I totally have to check you out later if I can remember. Why don't you go ahead and share our, if you're still here, go ahead and please share our link for the tournament, for the video and for the voting. Here, but share the link with the tournament. Let them meet some. Sorry about that. But you should see the link, Hams, in there. Feel free to share both of them so they could vote and win a prize, maybe to you. They would be able to take that and use it for you. Is everybody lagging? Was that just now, or has it been the whole time, or the last 15 minutes, last 20 minutes? I'm wondering... I'm going to close some windows. You never know. It's interesting. It might be my phone came home and they jumped on the internet, and so now I'm sharing it. I closed, I think, everything I can. So hopefully it will stop doing that. I was also jumping around between screens and editing screens, so I will stop doing that. I think Betim is taking this one very seriously because he's not talking much. Good, Flavio. So I closed extra screens. Like I said, it's probably just when my family came home. I hope it stays good. This is the only worry I have. And as you know, Flavio, I went out and bought a whole new computer, chess, so I use it for nothing but streaming. Thing is not making, that's an odd move. I'm curious to see what happens. See, that's why I have to turn off the volume, because otherwise Betim might realize he had a free night. Free candy, guys, free candy. Still the bane. Okay, and King is just telling us that he's like reaching the highest rating he is now. On Lichess, he's at 1673, and for no reason that I can ascertain, he just gave away free candy. So it still happens, guys. My biggest thing I preach is free candy, and that's why in the trailer you see that Sudoku says that I'm the free candy king, because I preach about free candy. If you stop giving away free candy, you will win so many more games. You'll be in every game. Just don't give away free candy. but it happens all the time. It happens to grandmasters occasionally, but for us, we see it happening much more frequently than for grandmasters, right? We need to stop that. Ah, you in Japan, Satoshi? Cool. Japan is one of the 3 other countries I've always wanted to visit. I always wanted to visit Japan. I always wanted to visit England. What was the other one? It'll come to me. I think it was Australia. But Japan, I always wanted to visit, and England, I always wanted to visit. I don't know if it's Japan because of watching Godzilla movies and England because of watching Robin Hood, but I always visit those. Yeah, you know, that's a good idea. Flavio, that's a great. I should put Portugal up on the list. Really? Is that true? You're kidding me. What do you guys play? What do they play mostly? Because you have Shogun, right? A Shogun or What is the Japanese version of chess? But then do you play Go there? I know Go is, I thought, was mostly Chinese, or is it mostly Chinese, Japanese? Shogi, okay. And do you have a lot more Shogi players? I love Go, by the way. I love Go. I need to find a free Go site and play Go every once in a while on stream. I don't know if anybody will like watching that on stream, but I love Go.
I'm not sure if it's the right move. Just like open it up.
The Betim is talking, but his mic isn't the greatest, so I didn't even hear him until just that second. Yep, neat. So Satoshi, you could be like the first GM in Japan, right? But you have IMs. See, those are what I think of as titled players. So, this is a fine move. He has a beautiful outpost for his knight, and he's trading down pieces. And he could take, or doesn't have to. He can see what else he can get. So, if I was playing this game, I'd be putting my queen here. I'm not even thinking deeply into it. I'd have put my queen here and gotten a queen trade. Yeah, it's definitely easier, but it's a lot harder still than like National Master. National Master, all you need is a rating. Candidate Master, all you need is a rating. There's no norms to be earned. IM is a lot harder. So now we get this. I really wish that he had just played the game. He could have went here, the queens, and the game would have been simpler. So, any tips I would be giving? You need to know in a piece. To do, at least consider moves like that. When he was, now he still could do this first. Square 2. So much easier if he had just, it would have been very simple to find the right moves to finish this game. And now he's got to work for it. He's got things like this. Again, but this bishop isn't doing knight pawns. But he would have had an easy game to play, right? You want to make the game easier for yourself. This one has a little bit of luck. And now with this, for things that are going to harass. And then this maybe simplification. Keep it simple. There you go. Why not? FM also is non-normed, right? FM is just a certain rating. Yeah, so that makes it really hard. And I know what you mean about the age. I'm way past the age of trying to be anything special. I've toyed now recently about National Master, because here National Master is 2200. Now I can of course try to get Expert, which is 2000. Over the board. 2000 is Expert, I believe. And it's weird that they have nothing between expert and national master. Maybe we have something else. Because you would think 2100 should give you something. But I'm very close to 2000 over the board. And then a lot of pawns are going to go off the board really fast. But yeah, so national master is one I was talking about. I got to decide, does he want to come here? There you go. And now he has choices. This one is there. And look at him go. And he is pretty good at tactics, so I'm expecting he'll clean this up pretty well. Oh yeah, if you've never played an over-the-board classical game, Hams, you're going to need to, of course. It's a little bit different. There's some things different, but if you're playing really high level here online, then you have chances. Then, I mean, you know what you're doing. You should do fine. You should do fine. You should be able to. Now I don't know if you're going to be able to, get the candidate master anytime soon. It is a lot harder than when you first start playing tournaments. There's nerves. There's just so many factors. I can't tell you how many factors are involved with how well you end up playing. So, but yeah, you have chances, right? There's nothing keeping you from having chances. Yeah, easy to get used to, just different. Yeah, it is hard. You might have to come and visit the U.S. or go over to Europe and play some games. Spend a month or summer. Spend a year maybe.
Have a good position.
Yeah, I can't tell you, right? I mean, we don't know. Yeah. So 20.5/22, that's your record. So what's your rating for rapid over the board? I take it FIDE gives you a rating, right? What would be the rating? All right. So like that. Like that. Whoever gets here, you can't take here, but I want here. This one's free candy. Would have been on the guise of free candy. I would have definitely. On this week. So we're going to keep going back and forth. It seems like go here, relax. He's trying to make a difference. He's blundering away material. Yeah, shiny new. Yeah, that would be a way. That would be a way, Satoshi. Good. So they weren't rated though, so you don't know. And rapid over the board is different than classical, big time. I mean, so big time. From here, it's just, I mean, here's the simplest, really simple. Then even afterwards, white should have this game easily. I mean, black should have this game easily. He's missing opportunities though. Not totally missing, just same thing. Check. So that shows me that Betim is not like going to blow away everyone in the tournament. He still should be favored, maybe because he has the highest rating, but he's not. At least he's not so far ahead of the field that no one's going to be able to play with him. I mean, he's dropping material, so that should make us feel like it's going to be a battle, which is what we want, right? We want as equal a battle as possible. We want all the players to be competitive, have a good time. They're all going to be eligible. By the way, we've increased the prizes. It's just me and Sudokus. So we've increased the prizes. First place gets the 20 subs. 20 subs. Oh, we lost our stream. He is gone. He's gone for the moment from Zoom. I hope he might even have lost internet altogether. Betim, King, he might have lost internet altogether because he's off of Zoom. So we'll see if he doesn't move in like a minute. We're going to have to assume he's lost internet. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking he lost the internet altogether, which is bad. Well, actually, you can't have, because if he goes back, you have, well, then we lose a rook. True. We drop the rook, but still, can't you come down and checks here? Then you could just come here, and it's still not perpetual, right? Here would have to be the square. Here, the check here. Yeah, I think it's perpetual. We still have check king, and after you chase the king, never mind. He's back online. No, you can't. He's back. You can't save it that way. Oh, that's good.
You there?
Yep, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, no worries. We lost you for a minute. King was wondering if he was going to hold on to his winning streak because of abandonment. King is getting low on time. This might be his first loss. Now, Betim lost the last time, so we could still say that they've lost to King. This could be the first loss. Hams, that might be true, but can you do it within 1 minute and 31 seconds against Carlsen? Yeah, I'd say if you had unlimited time, you could win this game against Carlsen. Well, what happens if you had only 1 minute and 30 seconds? I agree. I'm just wondering. I'm thinking we should, if we're going to lay down bets, right? Hamza versus Carlsen in this position, but is it with the same time? So if it's with the same time, I'm going to bet on Carlsen because I think he can at least get a draw. Right? I'm thinking he's got the chance for a draw from him. So, but yeah, even now, we're giving away free candy. We're giving opportunity to win things because this wins that pawn. Because why not just here? Simplifies life again. Simplification, guys. And he didn't. I thought he tried to just keep the perpetual possibilities. So this is dangerous. But it was still. Why are you giving away? I'm not a believer in giving away free candy, guys, as you probably realize. He could trade off queens. He should win this easy, but he's not. But we'll see what happens. That's a good question, Hawkham. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we use it to refer to certain GMs, right? So maybe we don't need it as a title. Maybe just keep referring to it as it is, just to say these special few are considered super GMs. Let's see. Yeah, the average GM. Yeah, that does make me laugh. Yeah, I mean, if you look and you see an IM playing a National Master, the difference. Then you see a Grandmaster playing an International Master, the difference. It is amazing. It is amazing. I mean, Hikaru, I don't know if have they done the adoption match yet? Have they done an adoption match where Hikaru tries to adopt Levy? Because that would be awesome. And they might not want to do it because they might think it makes Levy look bad. But I would love to see that. I'm curious if they haven't done it, are they going to do it? Because that would be, Hikaru should be able to adopt Levy, and that would be so awesome to watch. and such an example of the difference between a GM. Now he is a super GM, right? But a GM versus an IM. And it's funny because we've seen IMs. Oh, this is nice. He's trying to win the queen for a bishop instead of trading, which he didn't need to, but it's nice. I like it. But we've seen the IMs compete well against GMs, just regular GMs. So they hold their own against GMs, which makes you think, okay, so IM is supposed to be the next step to a GM. So some IMs being strong enough to beat GMs on a regular basis is, but super GMs, yeah, I would love to see that. I would love to see Ricardo try to do an adoption match with Levy. That would be, I think that would just be awesome. Oh, we have multiple checkmates now. That's the first one. I see. 52 seconds to find one of them. And he found one. All right. Betim, good job. Good game, King. I think King is going to let all of our contestants win when they play for a second time. I'm joking.
I won this and I didn't blunder.
You blundered some, so I only have about 5 minutes. Let's run through this game real quick. Just looking for opportunities that you had, because you had a couple of chances where you could have done maybe a little better. So far, so good. Nice development. Like it, gotta like it. Doing fine. Good. Don't know what happened here. Your opponent just gave. Are you in the puzzle? Are you in the study with me now?
No.
Okay, join me in the study. I'm at the right point. So you go learn, studies I contribute to again.
Yes, I'm there.
All right, Hamza, get that laundry done. All right, so that's where the game changed drastically. Now there is a point where I think you had a great opportunity that you missed, and it's right here.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything here. I don't know why.
Okay, look again as black, or when you're trying to learn, look at it as white and see what you're scared of. So flip the board.
Okay.
And tell me if you were white, make believe you're white, and say, what am I scared of? What black did?
I mean, the F pawn is really a weakness. If that would have gone, would have.
Go ahead, move whatever you're thinking. It's hard for me to hear you sometimes, but if you move what you're thinking.
Yeah, I mean, this pawn here is really weak.
Okay.
So if that would be gone, then I would really struggle in the game.
Okay, so now we've just spent a lot of time studying Endgames today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you up material?
Yes, I'm.
Yeah, you're up what? Let's see. You have 7 pawns, so you're equal on pawns. But he has doubled pawns. He has an isolated pawn. He has a backward pawn. He has an isolated pawn. His pawns are horrible.
Yeah.
Compared to yours is one big island.
Mm-hmm.
You're up a full piece. Do you see any move that could simplify the game for you and make this game? Yes. So wanted you to do that. It takes. That's good for you. That's your pawn. Now your knight has 2 knights. So you can pick which one.
Mm-hmm.
And you can start working out because the knight would be sitting here or here, and you can camper. I think this would be an easier win for you. What you did was fine, but it would have been an easier win. Now, attacking a pawn. He's attacking, trying to get in. And your check is fine. But you don't need to let him in, right? I mean, you don't have to let him in.
I thought maybe it was not worth it. I thought it was not so important.
Okay.
Just let it go. Yeah, because my attack was really good. But yeah, now that you said it,
And then he blundered another piece. Yeah, because I agree with you. Right pawn, because you do threaten here, so he has to lose the tempo moving the rook. Totally like what you did, and you're threatening to win that pawn.
Yeah.
Now you should have tried things like this, protecting the pawn. So you could decide, do you want to protect the pawn or not, right? And you got to figure out what you're going to do. But I think he would have been but he made another blunder, which he doesn't normally do. King has been playing really well, and especially against our students. But yeah.
I think he let me play my game. I mean,
no, I can guarantee you he did not let you win.
Really? Okay.
I'll guarantee that. King will not let you win. So here you spent a lot around. You didn't need to. You're up a whole rook now. Just come back here and attack here. Move it over here eventually, right? You get the pawn. You queen. Now this I like for future attacks here, but this pawn is now undefended.
Yeah.
And so you said you made no blunders. I'd say the only one you made was giving up that pawn.
Yeah, I forgot about the pawn.
Yep. And I found a little interesting. I thought again should have done your queen, your king in, for hopes for getting eventually getting perpetual mates, and but he went this way because he's just opening it more. So again, immediately you can win a pawn, right? If you choose to do, he's got a back away, and depending on where he goes, then you could chase the queen first, and you could possibly, depending. Well, you can't do that. He'll come back and you this pawn. Okay, but you chased the queen, and then you took with the pawn. Now, again, understanding the end games, this one you can't block with the rook because your queen would be pinned. But again, if you want to his king, not his queen, as much at that pawn. Either here first, then here, or just taking here right away. These are all good moves. Tempo, probably threatening mate. Alrighty, Satoshi. Good morning. Have a great day. All right. Chances. You're right. No blunders, as in giving away pieces. Only a pawn. But you still aren't always making the best move. But you were getting low on time. If you had 4 minutes and then you dropped on the internet. But yeah.
Yeah, I lost connection.
And then this is where you show your strength, right? These kind of tactics of winning the queen for a bishop. And then, so you knew how to do that. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Nicely done. All right, good job. And I hope the endgame study helped, even though you didn't get to use your endgame situation here. Many games don't get to endgames.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm gonna keep on playing, and hopefully I can improvise anything with my knowledge that I got from the game.
Awesome, and we'll see you next Monday for the start of the tournament. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, just like 1 week and a day away. Woo!
Yeah.
All right, well, good luck. Good luck in the tournament. Keep working on your game. Keep sharing the link so people can vote for you. Yes. And share the video. And have a great day.
Thank you.
We'll have a good week, and we will see you soon.
Yeah.
Absolutely, my pleasure. My pleasure. You're enjoyed working with you.
Thanks.
All right.
Yes.
All right, guys. Now we have to pick out who you gonna stream, Betim, or are you getting off?
I'm gonna grab something to eat now, but
I would spend some time doing. Check them out, guys. Check them out. Maybe you come out prepared. Look her up, King. I will look her up. I have a Discord server. I do have a Discord server, and usually I bot for that. You can there. Huh. I'm gonna have to check. I definitely have a Discord. I'm Tiberian64 in Discord. There you are. There's my man Flavio. Is that me, Flavio, or is that somebody else? If it's me, thank you. I'm gonna make a bot so I can do that. All right, Ellen's doing chess. Yeah, we'll raid Ellen. I would definitely raid BetimIbra, and I will next time. Oh, good. Thank you, Flavio. I will add that to Nightbot right after this is over. Awesome. Glad to have you. Let me know what I should change in Discord too. All right, all right, let me raid her. Yeah, please join the Discord. There's the link. Flavio gave it to you. I will add a Discord, Nightbot, so I can actually share that link easier because I always forget stuff. We'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend. Love having you. I don't think.